Stevie Lawrence here at the 66 SAC Relays, getting us rolling in the Invitational Elite Distance events, 955 and women's 3000 steeple. Stevie, just April and obviously a unique year, in terms of European Championships, probably being the biggest target, but obviously trying to hit goals along the way to build momentum. So, what were you just hoping to feel? Because obviously, the entirety of the race, maybe after like the first half lap, like you were by yourself. So the fact that it was like you versus the best version of you, at least at this point in April, what were the kind of things that you were trying to be mindful of?
Yeah, I didn't mind too much being out there on my own. It gives you a little bit of time to. It was my season opener, so it's nice to get used to running over the barriers again. It's one thing doing it in training, but doing it 7.5 times round, that takes a little bit of practice to get used to. So I was really happy to come away with sub 10 in those kind of conditions on my own, and it just gives me a positive outlook for the rest of the season, thinking yes, I can, in a more competitive environment, I can go with those girls and I can push myself harder. So.
Absolutely. For a woman who has achieved it at such an elite level for a very strong period of time, I'm always fascinated about when you return to the barriers and water jumps in competition for the first time. So I mean, obviously you're training and whether it's just hurdle work or you're trying to get that reps in, and and like what the exit is going to be on a water jump, and how it's going to feel in the first lap and the last lap. So how has that evolved over time for you? Like when you're going after it for the first time in 2026, say versus 2021 or 2016.
Well, I just told my coach Andrew Caster that it feels like starting again every time for that first one, but it is. The more years that you do it, it does become just that first one back, and then you kind of fall back into the rhythm. You remember that your body can hurt and you can keep going, you can survive, and then you can start pushing yourself more. And doing it in a race, even if there isn't anyone around you, it's still much different to doing it in training. So I'm just really happy to get that experience in and start the season.
Most definitely. I've been joking with the heptathletes and the decathletes and the javelin athletes, and now I can engage in this conversation with you. Like I said, as our first Invitational Elite distance winner, that you've been to Mount SAC enough times where it probably resembles more of what it feels like at home for some championship races than it does actually in April in Southern California. But the fact that it has been great weather the past couple of days, and Lord willing, it'll continue that way. So. What was it like out there for you? Did you feel anything significant on the backstretch or around the water jump at all?
Well, it was quite windy out there today. I definitely felt that it was a bit of a headwind going into the water jump, and also the sun was setting, yes. So you had it right in your eyes. But I found that with each lap the sun was getting lower and it was getting a bit easier, and then you were like, also, okay, I know how to do it now. So a bit windy, but not too bad at all. Lovely temperature,
yes.
That's for sure. A lovely temperature for running.
Most definitely. Well, always lovely to have you here, coming down from the mountains and training to sea level, and continue to be part of the great tradition and legacy at the Mount SAC Relays, now 66 years strong. Stevie, stay healthy and best of luck going forward.
Thank you very much.